Hey guys, it's your favorite Omar. I am so excited for today's video. Thank you for coming to the channel today. Today is a special video where we're gonna take a tour of this beautiful property. It's 6 acres with a 21-acre lake with the person who knows it best, the seller. Tom.
Omar.
Thanks for agreeing to do this, my friend. This is a beautiful property. I've been here many times, but every time I come, I'm shocked at how much space you got out here.
Yeah, it's a lot of space. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's peaceful, it's private, it's quiet.
So come walk with me, and I can't wait to go inside. I mean, I know you got a lot of parking over here, but there's so many things that make this home special. And every time I'm coming here, I feel like I need to talk to you to be reminded of it.
Well, there's a lot here for sure.
So Tom, here we are inside, and you know me, and being in real estate, I see a lot of houses, and this doesn't feel like an average home I go into. I mean, this doesn't even feel like Florida. Tell me what inspired this. I mean, I see brick, I see beams, I see wood. You know, this feels like this was inspired by something. Tell me about it.
Well, you know, I've always been a fan of Tennessee and the mountains and log cabins. Huge fan.
Yeah.
Huge fan. And
I feel that, by the way. I feel that in here.
yeah. And so, you know, when I moved in here years ago, I thought I found Shangri-La. In fact, I still feel like it's Shangri-La, and that I would never, ever leave.
Yeah.
Okay. And I thought, well, if I'm never going to leave, let me make it something that I really love, which is cabins.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not a cabin, but it's got that cabin-y feel.
Yeah.
And so I just, over the years, just a little bit of here, a little bit of there, and it just developed into the masterpiece that you see.
Well, you nailed it. You nailed it. This does feel like that. Well, come on, let's talk more about the kitchen. So, I mean, this kitchen is beautiful, Tom, over here. What made you feel that you want to do this? It does feel a little bit more custom as well here. And any other upgrades for the house?
Well, the kitchen, when I moved in, was the original kitchen from 1990 when the house was built.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. And so it needed a makeover. And I don't do anything half-assed. so it all came out, and I just went to town with it, and there was no booth here. So the booth was all custom made. And then the cabinets to match to the ceiling. That you can see with the lighting, and then the countertops, so the granite, that granite was actually kind of hard to find. Had an Italian name to it, but I can't remember it.
This does feel very like Italian-like to me, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, and so I have a little bit of that in me too,
Yeah.
you know, with the country. So it's an odd mix perhaps, but you know, there's something more attractive to me about an Italian formatted kitchen than a country kitchen. So I went with that. And then I even had this custom artwork made out of tile that's showing a wine,
Like a winery
vineyard
type of thing.
in Italy. Yes.
Yeah.
That I had special made. So
Yeah, it was beautiful.
we replaced all the appliances, as you can see, and there you have it. And then we actually got involved with the Chicago brick in here as well to kind of blend in with the rest of the house.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tie-in. You guys have like a lot of family outings over here? Do you guys have a lot of people over?
Yes, we have company over, and whenever the kids are here, it's just a family hangout here at the booth.
Yeah.
You know,
Like a little Italian diner, you know, like a little booth.
a little bit, yes. And it was just very comfortable, plenty of room for, you know, everybody, and it just worked out well. It made very good use of this space,
Yeah.
as opposed to just do a table and some chairs, you know.
Give me a memory. Give me like a special memory that reminds you of this kitchen.
Special memory about the kitchen,
Or about the house, you know.
yeah. Well, there's tons of memories.
Yeah.
And gee whiz, I just you know, it's been so many years of just progress that it's hard to put a finger on anything in particular as a memory. There's just a ton of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you looking through the window, you see the pool area.
Yeah.
You know, that was the first thing I did with the water slide, or the rock formation, the waterfalls, the whole grotto. The kids would jump off the ledge and do flips.
Oh man.
That was the first thing kids' dream right there. And that was the first thing I did for the kids.
Yeah.
You know, and then everything actually started from there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that commercial with the mowing fixture, and they go to the architect saying, design my house around this mowing fixture.
Yeah.
Well, everything started with the rock waterfall and went from there.
It went into brick, and it went into cabins.
Yeah.
You nailed it, man. You know what? You brought up the pool. We'll go out there and talk there next.
Okay.
So this is that grotto you were telling me about. This is beautiful, man. I love the sound of the water behind me. Is this where you spend a lot of time here? Is this where do you have your cup of coffee in the morning? Inside or outside?
It's split.
Yeah.
It's split inside, outside. You know, it's very relaxing, very chill out here. Just the sound of the water.
I love it, dude. I love it.
It's just relaxing.
Yeah.
Very relaxing.
Okay, so I guess my next question is, do you spend more time in the waterfall or in the hot tub?
Well, I mean, actually, over the years, I've been spending less and less time in the pool. I don't know, older or just too busy. I don't know, you know, but
The kids grew up. They stopped doing the backflip.
yeah. So I was definitely in the pool and in the hot tub more when my kids were here, but now they've all grown and flew the coop. So,
Oh, man.
yeah.
Well, this is a big size pool. Just how deep was this again? Was this 5 feet, 6
No,
feet?
it's 6 foot.
6 foot? Nice.
Yes, just over.
Yeah. Well, I'm not the strongest swimmer, so you won't catch me on the deep end of that.
Okay.
Yeah. The slide, is it like a wet slide or?
Yeah, no, it's a wet slide. Water drips down, you know, to help you slide down real easy and fast.
And then when did you put the grotto in? Did this house come with the grotto?
No, none of this rock coping, none of the rock coping around the hot tub, the grotto, the waterfall, the rock formation around the slide, none of that was here when I moved in. That was all done from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a complete makeover here, like I mentioned, in the kitchen, and then put the pavers down and made it what you see for the kids.
Yeah, this feels very tropical, you know? You brought us into a whole different environment again.
Yeah. Well, you know, you can pick wherever you want to go depending on your mood, right?
I like that. I like that a lot.
If you want to have a cocktail and relax, you can go to the bar. You know, if you want to have a cocktail and listen to water, you come out here.
You know what? I always forget to tell you about the bar. Let's go show people the bar. That's a good way to talk about. So Tom, we are in probably my favorite part of the house. This is like the ultimate man cave over here. And a lot of people don't have this in their house. I mean, they might have a dedicated room, but this is a real bar. I mean, we got countertop, tell me about this. Tell me, like, did this come with the house?
No, it didn't come with the house. This was a labor of love. I've always just been a fan of the whole saloon type atmosphere, the wood, the tin ceilings, you know, the hanging lights, and the bar. You know, it's just a very nice area to relax in, just like the pool area that we came from, or down to the lake that we're gonna go to soon.
Yeah.
So it's just, again, what mood are you in? I can meet your needs.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hang out here a lot?
I do. I'll come in here by myself quite often and just read a little bit and have a cocktail and play some pinball. You know, I got the video game over there.
What's your favorite drink? Like if Tom, you were to make the Ulman special, what is it?
Long Island iced tea, baby.
LIT?
You got it.
I like that, dude. I like that.
I'm an LIT fan.
Yeah. I remember you telling me, now we've known each other now for a few years, and correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, just say it. But I remember you saying that this was like either imported from Ireland or something with the ball bearings at the bar.
Yeah. So this back bar, the front bar was all one setup in West Palm that I found on eBay.
Okay, very cool.
And I ended up getting it dirt cheap because the owners were moving and nobody wanted it.
Yeah.
And it was a huge find, and I got it for a steal. This bar was made in Ireland, and I'm guessing somewhere in the 50s.
Yeah.
and it comes with stained glass made in Ireland that it's almost impossible to find.
Yeah, wow.
And in fact, you can actually hear the antique bearings when you open the door. I love it. It's like music to my ears. I love that. Yeah. And it just fit the vibe in here perfectly.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like stunned that this happened to show up. And so I incorporated it, and it's been beautiful. Been beautiful, you know. I mean, it actually makes the whole saloon, if you ask me.
Yeah, and this is a saloon, and you know, like you even got like the doors that swing open, and feels like a game room saloon type of thing, where, you know, and less like a bar, more like a saloon, meaning like we're in a different time.
Right.
You know, some places you feel like you're in a different, you know, area, but this feels like we're not even in, you know, 2025 right now.
Right.
I see you got the cameras over there. You got all this acreage, but like, are those hardwired into the house?
Those are hardwired cameras. The top 8 are working. The bottom 8, I got an electrical problem somewhere. I have to figure that out. I haven't had a chance to work on that.
But that'll be resolved for the next person to get this house anyway. I see the pool. I see everything. I mean, this is a pretty safe area. For people who don't know, you know, Northport, if you look at the crime map, I mean, it's all green. There's very little crime here in the area, but I understand the need for security, especially with a property this beautiful, you know?
Right. Well, it's nice just to know what's going on out there. You know, you hear something, you can just walk out here and look at the cameras.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
And we're gonna go out to the shop here in a moment, but you have some pretty cool stuff over there, and your office is in over there.
Yeah.
And that feels like a whole, that workshop. Who do you think that is, what type of person, like the perfect buyer for that shop? You know, if you were to handpick the next owner of this house.
Oh, well, I mean, I've got the air-conditioned office in there,
Yeah.
you know, with the bathroom. So somebody that has a home-based business would be perfect. But if not, the office area could actually be converted easily into an in-laws apartment of some sort, upstairs, downstairs, and the rest of it could just be for car collection, work on your cars, your hobbies. Plenty of space out there, 2,400 square feet, 2 stories, right?
Yeah.
So
it's a beautiful place too. It really is.
Yeah.
And it matches like the shop and the house. I mean, they look, you know, same color. Everything's.
Yeah, I mean, everything was painted to coincide or work with each other.
Yeah.
You know, so there's, you know, I've got the Chicago brick in here on the one wall, and I got Chicago brick out there on the exterior walls. So it all tends to come together very nicely.
Yeah.
You know, it suited me, you know, and hopefully it suits you.
Well, hopefully it suits the next buyer.
Yes.
Cheers that. Let's go check it out, man. Let's go check it out.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. So we're in the shop, and I want to address the elephant in the room. By elephant in the room, I mean the Audi in the room.
Right.
Tell me about this bad boy. When did you get this?
This looks good. Well, thank you. I got it about.
What is it actually?
Here's
Audi what?
Audi R8
Okay, yeah.
Spider. Yep. And you're a car guy. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a car guy. It's a blast to drive.
I believe it.
I modified it a lot.
Yeah.
It's basically a one-off. You won't find another one like it, from the vents to the wheels. And it's just my toy.
Yeah.
It's my reward for hard work.
Yeah. You know, the first time I met you, I'll never forget this. The first time I met you, this is probably almost 3 years ago, and you didn't tell me anything about this. You just being modest all the time, the way you are. And we're coming through the office, and your office is like an old school, modest office, nothing flashy. We opened up that door, and you had this R8 on top of this lift, mounted like a trophy. I could have swore there was lights on it and music going, you know, and that shocked me. I was like, okay, that's the only flashy thing about Tom over here is that R8.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is the only flashy side of me, I guess. Otherwise, I tend to be a down-to-earth person.
Yeah, well, you know what? You definitely deserve something for yourself.
But I didn't get it to be flashy. I didn't mean to make it so that it was flashy.
Yeah.
Some people think it's flashy.
Yeah.
I just enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't blame you. Tell me about the shop. How big is this place? You know, I know that there's a whole. I mean, this is only one small corner of the shop. You know, you got the whole back section over there where you got your tools and.
Yep. So it's 2,400 square feet, solid concrete block, 16 feet high. So it's 2-story,
Yeah.
right? Got a big storage area up there that at one point was a bedroom, could always be put back into a bedroom.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of this wall is the workspace. And this whole wall is on wheels and can be moved.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. So Tom, now we're here in your backyard. It's a beautiful area. Walking out to the lake, it's like 20, how many acres is the lake?
It's 21 acres.
21 acres, man. It's huge, huge private lake. Do you fish out here? What can you find out here in this lake?
Yeah, you can fish. People show up fishing. Sometimes they get a motorized little bass boat. They tool around out there. Quite a few largemouth and smallmouth bass in there. Tilapia also.
Nice.
Scar, I believe, is in there also. So it's enjoyable to fish. And this is as far as I'm aware, the only deep lake of its size in this area.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I guess my next question to you. Well, before I ask this question, man, I mean, I do want to just thank you because your house is so unique. I felt like when we were in the kitchen, you know, we were in Italy. When we were in the living room, we were in you know, a log cabin. We went into the saloon. I felt like we weren't even in the right time zone. I felt like we were back in the 50s or Wild Wild West or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Man cave with the shop. Costa Rica in the backyard with the pool and grotto and the tropical plants. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
And then you got I mean, it looks like a soccer field or a football field to the side over there, the separate 3 acres. You know, whenever you got that, it's cleared, it's beautiful. So with that said, I want to use that to lead into my next question is, why the heck would you want to leave this place, man? This place is so, you said it earlier that this is like your masterpiece and you never saw yourself leaving this.
Right. Yeah. You know, life changes. You know, and I thought I would never leave here. And I've told friends and family, you can bury me here. I did. But now my 3 kids have all grown. The youngest moved for a new job in Oklahoma City last year.
Wow.
And as it turns out, I have a son that's in Tennessee. And so I have family in Florida, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and New York. Where's the central hub? Tennessee.
Yeah.
And if I could pick this property up and put it on a mountain in Tennessee,
Yeah.
I would do it.
Yeah.
I would do it in a heartbeat. But so it just now makes sense that with my kids where they're at, the central hub makes sense, and I can actually get an authentic log cabin
Yeah.
and be on a larger freshwater lake up there. And that's where I'm heading.
I like that, man. And you know, beautiful, beautiful property here. And thank you so much for taking the time to show us that. And you can have a roommate in Tennessee because I'm going to come visit you from time to time.
Brother.
Thanks, man. Guys, thank you so much for spending time with us today, checking out this beautiful property, 4225 Ulman Avenue in Northport Estates, with the person who knows it best, Tom, the seller. And make sure you like, subscribe, and reach out to us. My cell phone is 908-662-4087. Thanks so much.